the heart of this nation, under skies so blue,
there's a spirit that's stirring, values strong and true.
from the mountains to the prairies, from the cities to the sea, we stand for liberty, for faith and family. We're diving deep into the heart of what we believe.
You're with us for a focused look at some pretty significant developing news today.
That's right.
We're doing a deep dive into the recent announcement about former President Joe Biden's health.
Yes, specifically looking at his prostate cancer diagnosis. The information we have is from a statement that came out from his office. PJ Media reported on it just yesterday, May 18th.
Exactly. And our aim here is really to unpack that announcement for you. We want to understand the core details of the diagnosis, what type of cancer, how extensive it might be, based purely on what's been released. Now, the PJ Media piece, it does briefly touch on some previous health chatter, things like cognitive function, bowel issues, that sort of thing.
Right, those have come up before.
But let's be really clear. Our focus today is squarely on this new prostate cancer diagnosis. So let's start there. What were the sort of key initial details from the announcement itself?
Okay, so the announcement came out Sunday, and like you said, direct statement from Mr. Biden's personal office. The trigger for the closer look seems to have been what the statement called increasing urinary symptoms.
Okay.
Symptoms he'd been experiencing. And that led to more investigation, and then, just last week, doctors found, quote, a new finding of a prostate nodule.
So these new symptoms, they were the catalyst that led to the tests, and then ultimately this diagnosis.
Seems that way, yes.
And what did the announcement actually say about the type of cancer?
It identifies it clearly as prostate cancer, but importantly, it also calls it an aggressive form.
Aggressive form.
And it doesn't just leave it there. It gives some really crucial specifics that help clarify how aggressive. They provided a Gleason score of 9.
9.
And a corresponding grade group 5.
Okay, those terms, Gleason score 9, grade group 5, they might sound a bit technical for some listeners. Can you maybe break down what that actually means in this context?
Absolutely. So think of the Gleason score as, it's a way doctors assess how much the cancer cells look different from normal, healthy prostate cells when they look under a microscope.
Right.
It's usually 2 numbers added together based on the most common pattern and the next most common pattern they see. A score of 9, and especially being classified as grade group 5, that's definitely at the higher end of the scale.
Higher end, meaning more serious?
Generally, yes. It indicates that cancer cells look very abnormal. They're poorly differentiated, is the term, and that usually means they're likely to grow and spread more quickly. It's like the cells are very disorganized and acting quite erratically compared to normal tissue.
Okay, that definitely paints a clearer picture behind just the word aggressive. But the announcement didn't stop there, did it? There was something else significant mentioned about the cancer spread.
Yes, and this is a really critical piece of information. The statement explicitly reported metastasis to the bone. Right. Metastasis just means the cancer had spread from where it started, the prostate, to another part of the body. In this instance, the bone.
And that's significant because...
So the fact that it has metastasized typically points towards a more advanced stage of the cancer. So you have the high Gleason score indicating aggressiveness, and you have metastasis showing it has already spread. It points to, a serious situation.
It certainly sounds it. But interestingly, amidst this quite concerning news, the statement also included a point about hormone sensitivity. It sounded like a potentially more positive note.
It is a very important point, yes. The statement says, the cancer appears to be hormone-sensitive, which allows for effective management.
Okay, what does that mean, hormone-sensitive?
So many prostate cancers need male hormones, primarily testosterone, to grow. They sort of feed off it. If a cancer is hormone-sensitive, it means that treatments designed to lower testosterone levels or block the hormone's effect on the cancer cells are likely to work. They have a good chance of slowing the cancer down, maybe stopping its progression for a time, and managing the disease overall. So yes, while the aggressiveness and the spread are serious concerns, this hormone sensitivity offers a key pathway for treatment. It's a vulnerability doctors can potentially exploit.
Right. So a vulnerability they can target, even with the aggressive nature and the metastases. That's a key detail. What else did the announcement cover? Any word on next steps?
Just that the former president and his family are, quote, reviewing treatment options with his physicians. And it's also noted that, at least when the PJ Media article came out, Mr. Biden hadn't released a personal statement himself.
Okay. Now, let's just briefly touch on the source again. The report we're discussing came via PJ Media, written by Catherine Salgado, filed under their news and politics section. Anything we should, bear in mind about that context?
Well, it's always good practice to know your source. PJ Media generally identifies as a conservative news and opinion outlet. Catherine Salgado writes for them and other similar sites. The article, it centers on the official statement, but it does frame it slightly, mentioning those prior health discussions we talked about.
Right.
But, and this is important, the core medical details, the Gleason 9, grade group 5, the metastasis, the hormone sensitivity, those were all presented as coming directly from the statement issued by Mr. Biden's office.
Got it. And the article itself, it does seem to reflect the statement's own balance, describing the cancer as serious, but not necessarily deadly, quoting his office's view.
Exactly. The reporting captures that nuance, acknowledging the seriousness from the Gleason score and spread, but also including that potential for management via hormone sensitivity, as communicated by his team.
Okay, so just to pull this all together for you, the listener, here are the absolute key takeaways. We learned that former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with what's described as an aggressive form of prostate cancer.
Right, Gleason 9, grade group 5.
And significantly, it has metastasized, meaning it has spread, in this case, to the bone. This information came directly from his office in a statement yesterday, reported by PJ Media.
But there's also the finding that the cancer seems to be hormone sensitive.
Yes, which potentially offers a route for effective management using hormone-based treatments. And right now, we know Mr. Biden and his family are discussing those treatment options with his doctors.
Precisely. So we've looked at the announcement, the specifics of the diagnosis, aggressive, metastasized, but hormone sensitive, and the source context.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, it's obviously significant health news concerning a major public figure. And it does make you think, doesn't it, about what happens when this kind of personal health information becomes public.
It really does. We've kept our focus just on what the source material provided today, but it definitely leaves you with a broader question to ponder. Maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. What does it really mean? What are the implications when significant health details about prominent figures become part of the public conversation?
Make it make sense. Protecting human rights. Protecting rights, bathrooms and prisons. Deep dive podcast show. Let's dive in the heart of this nation, under skies so blue, there's a spirit that's stirring values strong and true. From the mountains to the prairies, from the cities to the sea, we stand for liberty, for faith and family. We're diving